Is it on? Cool. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Tash. I actually can't see the camera right now because I don't have my glasses on and I was supposed to have had my contacts for a couple of weeks, so I really hope that you can see me and it's not out of focus. So at this point of the vlog, you probably know more about this video than I do by the title. I'm not really sure what this vlog is going to be, what it's going to entail, but basically I thought I would make this vlog because tomorrow I'm having surgery and it is something that a lot of people suffer with, well, females specifically suffer with, and it is very hard to get a lot of information or to learn the processes. And I'm quite fortunate in the fact that I haven't had to take a lot of steps to get to this point of having surgery, but I still don't really know what's happening. So, I mean, we can learn together. So I'll give you a quick timeline of pretty much what's led me to having surgery. So last year I had to have surgery for like some reasons that are probably not that important. I'm not really going to share them, but when I had the surgery, they did some scans and it looked on the scans as if I had endometriosis. They did say that endometriosis can appear after trauma, which, I mean, having surgery was probably traumatic. So they said it could just be that, and that they wanted to see me again in a year. Then that was probably July last year, but then in March of this year, I had appendicitis and I had to have emergency surgery to remove my appendix. So when they removed my appendix, they did see some stuff that wasn't very normal, but my surgeon was not trained in anything to do with the female anatomy. He was just a general surgeon to do things like removing appendixes. So he just took some photographs. I actually have the photo, so I'll put it here. If you are a little bit queasy, I'll count down. So 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's gone. So after surgery, I was shown the photo and my surgeon referred it to the Royal Women's Hospital, which is where I'll be having my surgery tomorrow. But there were a couple other things that I needed to do in order to prepare for the appointment. So I had to go get an ultrasound, and then I was having like my ultrasound done and the girl was like, oh, like, you getting this because of your endometriosis? Like, is this something else? And I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I have endometriosis anymore. And she said, you've had it for like a year. And I was like, sorry. And apparently on my report at the ultrasound place, they had said like that they'd found endometriosis in my ultrasound. So that was really confusing for me. We ended up going to the Royal Women's and they had on their report as well that I had suspected endometriosis from the last surgery that I had had. And so immediately the conversation just started that I was going to get it removed. So as you can tell by my story, I'm really quite fortunate in the fact that it just kind of happened. And although there were things like surgeries and stuff that I'm not so fortunate, I'm so grateful that I haven't been in extraordinary amounts of pain or haven't been able to progress with my normal life because of endometriosis. I'm still quite hesitant and aware that maybe they'll go in and they'll not find what they think they'll find, because for me, I don't know, I just feel I have painful periods and I get uncomfortable, but I actually haven't had really regular periods my entire life because I've been on birth controls, and then I had my issue last year, so I haven't had a long time to experience a regular period. So I don't really know what's normal and what's not normal, but I don't know, I feel like they might tell me that what they thought was endometriosis isn't, but I mean, I'm so lucky that I have been able to get to the point where I can get it removed if that's what it is, and hopefully before it gets worse. I also have a dermoid cyst in my uterus, I think, or on an ovary, I don't really know exactly. Basically, it has a tooth, which is crazy to me. But it's been there for a while, we've known about her, and she's just been chill, but she's gotten quite big quite quickly recently, so it's killing two birds with one stone. At least if we do cut me open and I don't have endometriosis, we do get rid of my cyst, which would be amazing because it's quite big as well, like I can feel it. They were also meant to be putting the Mirena in tomorrow as well, but I'm gonna ask them not to do that because I don't want it. I don't know. I just feel like it's not that necessary. It's meant to help with the pain, and it's meant to help stop endometriosis continuing to grow if I have endometriosis. But I just feel like the risk outweighs the reward for me in this case. So I'm really hoping that I have the opportunity to tell someone I don't want that tomorrow, but we'll see how we go. I also have been fortunate enough to be involved in an endometriosis study trial with some medication, which has been really exciting. Thankfully, the medication is still meant to help with the symptoms that I have, even if I don't technically have endometriosis, so I can still be an active participant in the study. And like I said earlier, you can only diagnose endometriosis through a surgery officially. So they have to go in assuming both. And I think that that's really good for the study. Unfortunately for me, I actually feel as my symptoms have been worse throughout the study trial. So I potentially could have been given sugar pills or the actual medication. So it's going to be interesting to know whether I got the actual medication and it made me feel worse, or if I had the sugar pills and my symptoms have just gotten worse. Also, if you're watching this video and you don't know what endometriosis is, that's fine. I kind of don't either. Here's what I do know. It is a tissue similar to that of the tissue found in the lining of the uterus. It's not exactly the same tissue, it's just similar to, and it grows outside of your uterus and on your bowel potentially as well, and creates lesions and gets worse. So there's different stages. It's kind of all I know. Some people can go with no symptoms. Some people really affects their entire life and struggle to show up for work, have constant pain, get really bad period symptoms. It's just completely ruins their life. I think the most important thing about this endometriosis is that it affects like 10% of females. So it's really high statistics that you might have it, but it actually takes a really long time for you to get diagnosed, and a lot of people just don't know how to go about it. Like I said, I completely understand that I'm so fortunate that I didn't have to do much of that and didn't have to suffer for a really long time, but I really, really, really encourage anyone watching this video who doesn't feel like their symptoms are normal or are unsure or feel uncomfortable to have regular visits with a GP or find someone who specializes in endometriosis or gynecology, because I mean, it does affect your life, and especially while we are young females, if you do want to have children later on in life, they can't wait 7 years to diagnose endometriosis if it's going to affect fertility, which it doesn't necessarily, but it is something that can happen and we should be aware of. So, I mean, thankfully that's not an issue for me. I have no plans to have children in the future, and I'm just really lucky about the way this has all happened. But don't be afraid to say when you don't feel like things are normal. Like, I wouldn't have gotten to this point if I didn't have my thing last year, which I was like, this is not normal, and actually ask someone about it. So it's really important that you take matters into your own hands. It's your body. Take control of it and do whatever you need to do. Have the conversations. Yeah. What do I know though? I don't know. I feel really lucky that I can have the conversation, and it has been so easy for me. I wonder if it had been a little bit more traumatizing, how easy this conversation would have been. So I'm trying to capitalize on that. Anyway, it is... I can't read. Hold on. Oh gosh. Okay, so it's almost 6 p.m. the night before my surgery. So I've been isolating for the past 2 days since Tuesday. I had to get a COVID test for my elective surgery. It has come back negative, and I have gotten confirmation from the hospital that my admission time is 7 a.m. tomorrow, which means a really early start for me, and I can't eat after midnight tonight. Yeah, like I said, I don't really know where this vlog is going to go or where this video is going to go, but I mean, I'm excited to take you along and hopefully we can learn a bit together. Okay, so I'm just about to pack my hospital bag, so I thought we could do that together. I kind of don't know what to take, but we'll see how we go. First things first, I need my wallet. I actually need a new wallet because these ones like really annoy me, but I need my Medicare card and my license and stuff from that, so I'll just put the whole thing in. Got a spare pair of knickers because that's a good idea. I'm going to take these nail clippers because I have acrylic nails and you're not meant to have nail polish on for your surgery, but I couldn't get it off because I was in isolation. So just in case we need to chop one, I'll put that in there. And I've also just got my Kindle. At the moment, I'm reading a book called Beach Read. I can't remember the name of the author, but I'm actually really loving it. What else do I need? I'll probably put my charger in there tomorrow. Face mask. I'll do that now, actually. And my phone. Gosh, this is so weird. Okay, so obviously I can't eat after midnight tonight because I've got a 7 a.m. admission time. Excuse my glasses, sorry guys. So this is probably the last thing that I'll get to eat before my surgery. If my surgery is going to go well, my bubblegum is going to be blue. Alright, this could be a very entertaining vlog. Who came up with the phrase good morning? Because I don't think so. Also, why is it not focusing on my face? It's focusing on my shoulder. Anyway, haven't had coffee. I actually slept in. Like I slept in on the day of my surgery by half an hour. Which is fair because my alarm was set for 4:30, so I slept until 5. So I understand. But if I didn't, I was allowed to have a sip of water before 5, and I woke up at 5, so I couldn't have a sip of water. Jasper's just filling up the car, sorry if that shook. So I'm pretty devastated. But we're on our way now. All I want is coffee. I'm just waiting to wake up from surgery and drink a coffee. Like, it's all I want. I'm not nervous about the surgery at all. I literally am just wanting to wake up and have a coffee. I'm so tired. Who functions like this? Like, who actually chooses to get out of bed without a coffee? Who does that? If you do that, I don't know if I trust you. Because I know how it feels right now. And it feels like shit.
If I'm overthinking, I'm really trying, so I should stop it. So hard on myself, it's true. Pick apart the things I do. Been in hiding, backsliding, keep rewinding, pulling the thread through the loop, trying to find the faith I knew.
Feel very bad. Got out of the hospital at 3:30. It's like maybe 7 now. Hold on. 7:10. I've never ever felt worse in my life. I had my boobs done and that was better than this, you know. They had to like put gas in my uterus or something to make it bigger. And now the gas is in my shoulders and it's so painful. My tummy hurts. I need to go to the toilet and I need to throw up and nothing comes out. I feel very stressed. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I have like a really gassy shoulder. Like so badly, so I'm covered in hot water bottles and I have a peppermint tea which is meant to fix it. It's like 9:30 at night and my parents are driving down to come help me because I can't do this. Okay, so I still look pretty tragic, so forgive me, but also I'm like so tired I can barely hold the camera. It's been about 48 hours since my surgery. I actually don't even remember what the last thing I told you guys was because I was so upset. I was crying so much and I was on a lot of drugs. but it was very, very difficult. Basically, when I came home, I was mostly in pain in my shoulder. So pretty much what they do is they inflate your uterus or something to help them see more. And then they drained the gas out of this like bag that was like pinned into me for like 3 hours before I left. And then I had this awful shoulder pain, which is like where like the leftover gas would like, I don't know, like affected your spinal cord, and then you could feel it in your shoulders. And that was the most excruciating part of this entire thing, was the shoulder pain. I think I drank about 5 liters of peppermint tea and like peed green. Like it was insane. And it's the only thing that would make me feel okay. I actually kept pretty busy today and yesterday as much as I could. I went for a drive, I went for a walk yesterday, and then today I went to like a shopping centre around the corner from my house. And like none of it was hard, but it was just keeping me up and doing things, because walking also helps prevent and doing stuff prevents like blood clots post-surgery, and also helps with the gas pains. I'm so out of breath. It took them 5 goes to get the cannula in. And then once they got the cannula in, which is on my arm, I'll show you in a second, they couldn't find anywhere to get the blood from. So this is one of my wounds just from getting the needles in for a blood test. And this is from my arm. It actually looks way better on film than it does in real life, but that's okay. And these are my wounds from the actual surgery. So we've got one little keyhole part there. We have this one on this side, and they had a cyst that they took out through this one. My belly button is not having fun right now, but there it is. And there's another one down here, which is also fine. I also have, so I've had a keyhole surgery through most of these cuts before. This one's the only new one. But from when I had it here, sorry, I can't talk. When I had it through here, my belly button looked really bad afterward, and I used to have a really cute belly button. So they actually told me that they reconstructed my belly button. So I'm super excited to see what it looks like. Not even that late, but I'm going to go to bed because I'm really tired. And I'm trying really hard not to take my opiates, whatever, because I really have to go to the bathroom. Like TMI, but like I also can't because of the oxy. So I'm trying to not take that, but I just feel like a little in pain and stuff. So whatever, this really sucks. I'm really like sad about this whole situation. Me literally 2 minutes after being like, I don't want any more.